We live.
What's up?
What's up? I'm so excited, guys. Look who I gotta go like this. Oh, good, I did it right this time. Look who I have to my was it my right or my left? I always get that mixed up. I've got the one and only. I've got okay. Let me just go ahead and describe who he is. You guys know who he
Uh,
is.
Are you gonna
He's an
embarrass me here? What's going on? What's going on, Dee Dee? How you doing? You acting like we not family?
yes, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Listen, I don't need to give you an intro. No pun intended. But I'm going to give you an intro.
Got it.
This guy is known for being in the group intro. You guys might know the songs back in the 80s that we all grew to. Some of us had some babies to that music. And one was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be the one. Don't leave me. Feels like the first time. Anything for you. And the list goes on. We got Buddy
Far too kind. Far too kind. How's it going? How's my people in North Carolina?
Oh my God, they are loving you. They're missing you.
Oh wow.
To come back. Oh my goodness.
I'll see them again. I'll see them again soon. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. This whole COVID thing has everybody upside down and
I
inside out.
know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's just like all day. I'm all day. I'm like sometimes I get out the car and I'll go into the store and I'll get all the way in to the door and forget about these things right here. So yeah,
I know.
I'm
I
trying
know.
to get used to them now.
I have to do the same thing. I forget. I walk all the way. I be all cute walking up there, and they looking at me like, back in the day, if you walked in with a mask, the first thing people can do is they're scared. They want to kick you out. But now,
Yeah,
if you walk without a mask,
yeah, yeah.
there's
People walking into the bank with a mask on, mask
I
and
know,
gloves.
I know,
Yeah,
crazy, crazy.
yeah.
so so we're gonna get into it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of like the beginning and stuff like that. I noticed that you're in your studio now, and of
I'm in
course
my
you're out
studio.
there, so you're making some new music. But before we get to
Absolutely.
new music, I want to talk. I want to talk about your humble beginnings. Did you start? Um, did your career start singing with the group intro, or did you start before then?
My career started when I was like, I want to say 10 or 11 years old. I was playing the piano uh, at my church. Actually, my father was the organist, and we had a piano player, a pianist. But on the pianist left and went someplace else, so my father was just playing the organ by himself for a while. Being that the piano was empty, I would just sit at the piano and I start playing with one or two fingers, and I watch him around the house playing. So I started picking up some of the gospel hymns and let me see. Oh yeah, it is on. But yeah, I started playing. Oh, like I just honestly,
Is your
I just
music
play
back?
like I just started playing old school hymns. Like so. Anyway, make a long story short, when I was around 11 or 12 years old, after choir rehearsal one night, the deacon came up to me. He had a yellow envelope in his hand, and it had $20 in it. And I
Ooh.
was like, wow, I could get paid for doing something that I love. And every Tuesday after choir rehearsal, here comes a yellow envelope, $20. $20 eventually went to $60, eventually to $80, and I continued that up until the time I was like 18. So I was like in high school, making almost like $300 a week playing piano in church, and I just loved it. And then from that point on, I knew that I wanted to be a paid musician if possible, but it was really the love of music that started me, you know, earning from my love, and yeah, just the playing the piano at church is what really got me into music, and then from there. While I was in church, we started a rap group because rap music had just started emerging. So, from doing gospels, like I wanted to be a rapper, and then I went into the military, and that's where I met, rest in heaven, Kenny Green, who was one of the most prolific songwriters and vocalists of our era. Then that's the beginning of intro.
It was the beginning of intro.
Right
Wow.
in North Carolina, Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Look at that, y'all. North Carolina. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So
Isn't it good?
intro,
Isn't it good to just be sitting there watching two people talk, and it's not about the coronavirus or who doesn't want to leave here and who's does? Isn't it just? Oh, this is so refreshing just to be sitting here talking about something different than politics and medicine. All right, back to the conversation.
you know, no. I'm gonna go back to the conversation, but I'm gonna have to say yes. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's nice to kind of get away for a second. That's why I love doing these interviews and get into people out there like yourself that is out there doing some great things. And I love your music. I've been a fan of yours forever and a day.
Thank
And
you.
when I first met you, I think you guys were doing a tribute, and all of the 90 brands, well, mostly all of the 90 bands were together, and you guys got together and you guys were singing, and we were interviewing folks, and I remember I was like, I want to interview intro, and you was like, oh, you want to interview them? Just as casual as ever. And you were like, yeah, I know them. I'll let you interview them. And come to find out you was in a group. So you're a very humble guy.
I remember that. I think that was in the Ovens Theater in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Raleigh, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I remember that. I remember that.
Yes, Charlotte, North Carolina. It sure was. And it was I was excited and I was like, oh my God, I get to interview, all of the 90s groups and everything. So you start with intro, the group started, you guys started touring all around the world. Did you think intro would become what it was?
Um, from the beginning to where we ended up at, it was like just one long day. Just one long day. It's like you're just grateful for every day and every opportunity, and every time you hear your song on the radio, or anytime somebody calls to come in and perform at the next venue, is all you have to take it in as that moment, and you have to chew it slow and taste it because you never know. Everyone that's that has aspirations to go into the music business, you have to really realize that your career does have somewhat of a lifespan. People become interested in other things and stuff. We've been blessed to have a classical album. If I wasn't in intro, I'd be an intro fan because I'm not gonna lie, that first album was a classic album, and 20 years later, it's basically still feeding my family. But for the majority of artists, there is some type of a window of opportunity. So you have to enjoy every single day and every single opportunity, and don't go out and be cocky and be a celebrity. Always try to stay in that mind frame that I'm a musician and I'm grateful for every opportunity. So to answer your question, nah, I never thought that intro would be intro. The intro that intro became.
Oh, wow. Um, Now you mentioned something I thought was pretty cool, right? You mentioned the first time you heard it on the radio.
Hmm.
What was
The first time I heard intro on the radio was actually a song from Shinehead, a song called "Try My Love." And when we heard the song on the radio, even though it wasn't an intro song, it was like, we made it. And then there was the Mary J. Blige songs, the Reminisce, the My Love, and the Love No Limits. It wasn't our voices, but it was us behind the scenes making it happen. It was like, we made it again. And then to hear Love Thing, hear somebody driving past my house, actually. I heard somebody, actually, the first time, yeah, somebody was driving past my house in their car blasting it. And I was like, is that? I was like, pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool.
so so you hear yourself on the radio for the
Mm-hmm.
first time. You're very excited. Your group is starting doing good. What was it like traveling all over the world and just mixing with the fans?
Traveling. was fun but grueling at the same time. It's definitely not what it looks like. You know, the a lot of stuff that we would let people see. There's so much other stuff going on. Like you see us at the show, you see us at the after party, you see us interacting with the fans, taking pictures and stuff, but you don't see us getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to the
Mhm.
airport, landing, having to go to the morning shows. From the morning show, we have to go to a record store. From the record store, we have to go to sound check. From sound check, you get a little time to yourself, do the concert, you do the after party, you try to get as much sleep as you can before you have to be up at 5 o'clock again the next morning. It's actually one of the most grueling, hardest jobs that I ever had that I loved. Yeah.
Wow, wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. And the group, so you did the traveling, you're all around the world, people are loving you, you're making music and stuff like that. So I know that you guys are not together anymore. Um, do you guys are you wanting to get back together? Is there anything in the future for you guys?
I always say that intro was bigger than the members of the group. Intro was a brand, and I think intro is going to be around for as long as people want us to be around. You know, there's no place we can go right now. We have the documentary coming out in February. That's going to
Yeah.
actually introduce intro to people that have never even heard about us before. So the
Mhm.
fact that rest in peace, Kenny Green has passed away,
Yeah.
and you know the situation. Maybe you could explain it better than I can because a lot of people know the situation better than I do. Whatever the case is, Buddy Wike is here, intro is here, and I'm gonna keep doing this shit till the wheels fall off.
I love it. I love it. And speaking about that, you are doing some other stuff that you've got some music out. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Some of the new music.
Hmm.
Well, I'm just in here creating. Like most of the songs that I'm doing right now are for music uh, supervisors, like movie soundtracks. Of course, I'm always working on new intro stuff. I have new artists, but for the most part, I'm just building my catalog. There's nothing really to brag about musically besides me down here doing my catalog. Like today, I did a song with an artist named Barry Blends. Let me see if I blast a little bit. This is more like my favorite right here when I'm down in here. Just music that I'm creating without tying up the. I know it's not a listening session. Um, yeah,
Uh,
I let
some,
the
some,
music speak for itself. There's not much I can say about music. You know,
mhm,
I just let it when it comes out. You hear it, and
mhm. Uh, Sean Williams said that you sound a little bit low, so you probably got to speak up a little bit.
Should I turn the mic up? Should I bring the mic closer? How's that, Sean?
Ooh,
That's
Sean, thank you.
that's much
I,
better.
ooh, okay.
All right now.
I know that you went back and you played a little bit of music. Could you give us a sneak peek of some of your music? Just a little bit.
Okay, give me a second here.
Okay.
Lord, Lord, Lord. Let me see. Let me see what I got over here. Let me see.
Y'all, I think I put him on the spot. For those who are tuning in right now, I've got Buddy from Intro on the line right now. He's talking about his journey with Intro, which was traveling.
All of the love you would give me. Now that I'm older, see the world's much colder than I ever thought it would be. We should have stayed together. lifting me higher, higher than I've ever been before. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher than I've ever been before. Your love, your love, your love keeps lifting me higher, higher than I've ever been before.
I didn't set up to here to play music, but I don't know if it's too loud. I'm just playing it out my speakers.
Higher than I've ever been before. Your love keeps lifting me higher, higher than I've ever been before. Your love, the day that God smiled at me, I saw you standing right there. I knew I had to have you. I knew I'd have to play fair. Can't do without your love. Can't be without your love. Your love.
Let's do a listening session because I'm just playing out the speakers. If I knew we were gonna like play music, I would set it up
You,
and run the wires through it.
you know what? I'm going to invite you back, and then we'll do a whole listening section, and we'll talk, um, just about your music, which we're talking about your music now anyway, which is awesome. And as you can see, guys, he's got some new music out there. Do you have? I know you sent me some. Like, what have you done since intro? Like, what collaborations and stuff like that?
Well, for the past 2 years, we just been filming the documentary. For
Okay.
pretty much the past 2 years, I've been working with Jay Billions at Interflix Film. Shout out to Jason Evans. And
Oh, Jay.
the documentary is coming out in February. We got all of our good friends on there. We got Mr. Cheeks, we got Big Daddy Kane, Donnell Jones, Coco from SWV. Like it's a dope movie. It's like 73 minutes long. That's pretty much been my focus for the past 2 years. In between then, we've done some concerts. We've been back over to London where we sold out with H Town and Cut Close and Horace Brown and Mr. Cheeks. Um, Besides working with Markel Gray and Madam Ray and the documentary, and I
Mhm.
just been at home chilling with the family. With my, hey, that's
Wow, wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy.
especially almost the past year now with this COVID. I've been here in the house. I've been right here.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what, this COVID has turned our world upside down. I've actually got a new show that's coming out, and because of COVID, we're having to do things a little bit different and delay on stuff. But I do have to say, I want to thank you so much for coming on here and talking about what you got going on. I can't wait. I can't wait to see that. Now, you said it come out in February. Like, is there a specific date that it comes out?
Black History Month is up to the distributor. They said in February. It'll be in February.
It'll be in February. But you know
Yep.
something? That's my birthday month.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Me too. We put our hearts into this. Once again, I got to shout out Jason Evans. He's been flying all over the country doing the interviews. He went out to Alabama and interviewed Kenny's family. He went down to Annapolis, Maryland, interviewed my dad. I've seen some of it, and it's hard being to say that I'm a fan of Intro, being that I'm in the group, but it's really some really good stories on there. A lot of things that people don't know, and I'm kind of happy that we never did an unsung because now you're gonna get the story in full detail.
In full detail. I love
Yeah,
it. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited.
thank you.
So in the meantime, how can people reach out to you? What's
Um,
your
Pretty much across all platforms. Buddy Wike Music, Buddy WIKE Music. That's on Facebook and Instagram. And most important, BuddyWike.com. BuddyWike.com.
I love it. I love it. Well, I want to thank you so much for going live with me. Guys, we got Buddy Wike on the line right now from intro. He's got some new stuff going out there. You guys look out for that documentary. I can't wait to see it. And after the documentary, I would definitely like to invite you back so we can get your feedback on it.
I like to come back right before the documentary to remind people that it's coming. If I could come back around, let's push it. Let's say around Valentine's Day. Maybe we could do like a live Valentine's Day virtual concert, like a 30-minute concert.
That is what's up. Okay.
Let's plan that.
Let's plan that. I'm down. I'm down. So anyway, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for going live with me. I'm about to get out of here. You guys look out, follow, check out his music. It's awesome. I'm a fan too. I'll be sharing everything that he has. Love you guys. Love you, buddy.
Shout out to our hardworking team. Sonia France, Michelle Bush, Chantel Gotel, Koshi, Jigs, Juice, John, M. Like, it's just so many people that's behind me. It's like I'm sitting here, but there's so many people behind me that's just pushing this movement forward, and I'd be remorse if I didn't give them a shout out. And also you, Dee Dee Walk Alive, thank you for sharing your platform with me. Tell your mom I said hi, and your sister, and y'all good people.
So are you. I saw you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very excited. You guys, you heard it here. We'll be back. We got something brewing. It's gonna be awesome. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed Christmas. Buddy, have a beautiful Christmas. Tell your family.
Happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays.
Peace.